Good morning, welcome to I Care I Move. This is Move More, your falls prevention programme. So welcome. We're going to start with week 1 from now. So last week was an introductory session. If you're new to us this week, then we'll send you the video and you can watch last week's with all the information that you need. Most importantly, make sure you're well today. Have some water by you. Make sure you've got a nice space around you, around the back of your chair, because that's where we'll be moving to if you're going to be standing today. If you're sitting, then follow the instructions for seated.
Okay, so we get going. So the first function today is about self-supporting spine. So let's see you come into a good posture. And a good posture is normally a wide base of support. So if you're in stand, remember, choose your options. So a wide base of support and backs away from the back of your chair. So we have to think about standing or sitting up as tall as you possibly can, tucking your chin backwards a little bit, and imagine there's a gold thread coming up through the crown of your head so your neck is long. Once we've optimized this bit and we're stood tall, we're ready to go. Okay, so we start with a circulation boost, and this will be a little heel pump to start with, okay? A circulation boost, or warm up, as we like to call it, is designed to warm the muscles. It is designed to increase mobility around the joints of the body, and also to really get us into the right mindset that we're about to move into our Strength and Balance program designed to keep you steady on your feet. Okay, what if we added in some arms? Everything is about common sense and applying some of these methodologies today to living at home and activities of daily living. Just noticing your capabilities and incorporating a little bit more movement into everything we do. Okay, so this time I'd like you just to reach out your arms to me a little bit more. If you find this is a bit much, you can swing your arms. There's lots of variations, and this program is designed never to make you feel like you can't do. It's all about what you can do. Lovely. Okay, and then from there, what I'd like, please, is a hip walk to the front of your chair and a hip walk to the back of your chair. In standing, it's simply lifting one bum cheek and hip and back, 1 and 2. So it's almost like you just slowly and quietly stepping it. Oh yeah, that feels like a ooh, step. This movement here helps us get a little bit of mobility into the back and into the lower spine. And hip walking, so if I could just turn your chair at an angle so they can see a bit better. Hip walking is a really crucial part of this program. So being able to bottom shuffle, we prefer to call it a hip walk to a bottom shuffle because a hip walk seems to incorporate more of the body, travelling forwards and backwards, and we do spend a lot of time here. Lovely. Okay, it's lovely to see the Isles of Scilly watching us today. Good stuff. Okay, so from here, let's think about rolling those shoulders. If it's too much feet, upper body, lower body, choose. So I like lovely little shoulder roll. How does that feel? Could I do it on the side? Do I only do one side at a time because that's a little bit more comfortable? Find a thing that works for you. The shoulder roll is a really good stress reliever, especially if we're a bit tired and achy or feeling a bit cold. The shoulder rolls are really good for us. But what if we tried it the other way round and brought the shoulder forward? How does that feel into the back? We like that. So this implies, when we do a little shoulder roll, a little bit of a twist in the waist too. So that's quite a nice thing, right? Because we do think about mobilizing every bone in the body. And that includes your jaw, your muscles in your face, and then a smile. Good, good. Lovely. Okay, so let's think about drawing the shoulders up to the ears. Up and down. A lovely smooth process here. Beautiful. Now, while you're doing that, I'm going to remind you that we're going to talk about pelvic floor. We're going to talk about drawing in through your center, feeling engaged in your center, zipping up through your center. It's all about the center of the body. What does that feel like? At the very least, we pull our bellies in towards our backbone. So as we draw in our shoulders, we can lift our centers and draw in at the same time and lower and relax. So it feels like everything is going upwards and downwards. But this time we're going to go upwards with the shoulders. Hold on to the pelvic floor and relax the shoulders. So we lift up, tighten, relax, still tight. Well done. And release. Okay, let's march those feet. If you want to now, you can take the whole foot away from the ground. If you need a wall or a chair or something to lean on, that's absolutely fine for the purpose of you being able to see me well. I'm just pretending I've got a sideboard here and I'm thinking about the whole of the foot. I want the whole of the foot to massage into the ground. So I'm lifting the whole of the foot slowly, big toe, second toe, ball of the foot, arch and heel. Everything is coming into play. And now I'm starting to notice my knees. I'm starting to lift them. I'm taking my time as I hold onto the sideboard or a wall. Lovely. Because I'm starting to think about my hips now. So now, as I lift up, I'm just lifting up a little bit higher through my legs. And again, this is about mobility and trying to get a bit more fluid into the hip joint, the knees and to the ankles. Well done. Are we feeling good? Can I have a thumbs up? Marvellous. Okay, so from here I want to, because this is week 1, so you don't have to stand if you don't want to. So we are going to bottom shuffle to the front third of your chair, and then we're going to rise to a stand, and then we're going to come round to the back of your chair. But Pat is going to stay sat because we appreciate many of you will be in seated. Okay, so if you want to come round to the back of the chair, the next thing here, my body is close to the chair, but I'm stepping back. 1 foot at a time. I'm keeping my body close to the chair. Pat, what is the seated variation?
So I'm doing exactly the same. I'm at the front third of my chair, so I've got room to move my foot back, and I'm just adding a little lean back as I step back.
Owen, can we drop the subtitles, please? And do we need to have a look at the camera? So in the classes, we'll be able to bring in a close-up so you can see what our feet are doing. So you might not see our body, our lovely smiley faces, but you'll see what our feet are doing, okay? Is that better? So the idea here, now I'm working at a pace, but you don't have to work to my speed at all. You can choose where you want to be. Now here's the change. I am rolling into that back foot and stepping forward. So it's almost a step back. Now we're still prepping the body. I'm shifting my weight from the front foot to the back foot. Still holding on. And Pat is doing something similar as she's shifting weight forward to backwards. Now, as subtle as this feels, this is all really important movement patterns to help us to stay steady on our feet. Oh, good. That's nice to see. Okay, so let's come back into a slow march. I'm hoping now we're starting to feel quite good. Using the chair for support, stand nice and wide. Now you're going to hear us say this a lot. Wide base of support. It's a wide base. And the reason we like a nice wide base with your knees slightly bent is that it's steadier. So think it's almost like, you know, the closer your feet are together, the more unsteady you become. So think about a unicycle. This is more of a bicycle, tricycle, right? So nice big wide base of support. That's what we're looking for. Okay, so we're here. I'd like us to think about what's going on with the waistline. So we're just going to have a little rotation and look over your shoulder. Slowly come back to center. So we're tight in the center. You all right there? Okay, stay steady on your feet. Now there's lots of rotations, there's lots of variations of this movement. If you feel a little wobbly by turning your head, keep your eye gaze forward. If you want to incorporate an arm stretch and point in the direction you're looking at, you can too. It is okay. So this program is prescriptive and evidence-based. That means we know if you do these exercises, you will stay steadier on your feet. What we also know is that you can combine some of these movements into activities of daily living. So do what feels right, do what feels nice, and just do a little bit more of whatever it is. Go, oh, I like this. It's just about noticing how you can apply some of these methods into daily living. Okay, so lovely rotations. And the final one, which has always been a favourite of ours, is to be able to reach to one side, to pull up, so you're locked and loaded in your centre. Lower into the other side, pull up, nice and tight in your centre. Lowering down. Take your time with this, and I want you to imagine there's like a big cog here in the middle. So as you lower, the cog's got to pull yourself back up. As you lower down, there's a lot of tension in the body to bring yourself back up. This is allowing that lovely lateral movement of the spine. Some of you might be a little bit restricted in your tail and your low back, and this will help with that mobility. Lovely. So now we're here. I'm hoping now I need a thumbs up that you're okay and you feel ready to get going. Yeah? Lush. So we are going to pick up the pace a little bit today. This is the next bit. I incorporate all three together. So we're going to do a bit of targeted endurance. So we're going to look at our heart muscle. I'm going to keep you steady on your feet, and this whole sequence is going to be about 10 to 15 minutes. And that is a combination of strength endurance. I never said that. Ignore that. Scrub that. Targeted endurance, targeted balance, and targeted the other one, strength. There you go. The three things.
You said we couldn't remember anything.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, so and the idea here is that we're going to keep you on your feet for a little while before we look at some seated work as well. So 10 minutes feels like quite a long time, but honestly, we are so funny. Time will fly by, and you didn't realise all this time that you were doing all these extra steps, and we were chatting away, and you didn't notice. And of course, if you are in sit, stay seated. It's fine. I'm going to introduce a step touch. Always a favourite. Never ever gets old or tired. Choose how you choose your pace. It might be a slow pace, but a slow pace is better than no pace. That's all going on in me today. Now, this becomes a progressive movement. Over time, we will make this bigger. We will change knee bends, reaches, toe balances. There's lots of things we will be doing with this movement. But this is the type of movement, let's think about it. You keep going. I never said stop. Right, this is the type of movement when you're washing your dishes and then you just put something on the side. Or you're in the bathroom and you move from one side to the other. So this is a movement you would do at home, right? It's not difficult. You can still do it in a sit position. So if today you're feeling tired, You can still move those legs if you can, okay? Right. There's always a place to work on one side only. So I am, for a moment, just stepping out on one leg, and then I'll do it on the other side. So what I'm saying is just don't worry about it. If you can't do it, find a way to just move a bit more. Lovely. Okay, so we're getting going. Hopefully at this point you're going to go, oh, Helen, I can feel that I'm starting to be more active. Say yes, Helen. Yeah, thumbs up. Good, good, good. Okay, so if you want to, we can shoop the arms. If that's too much, we hold on to the chair. Here's a tip. The more your arms move, the more your legs move. Who knew? Okay. Lovely. You're looking good. Okay, so this simple thing, we don't want you to get tired of this. So we're going to just change it up. And I want you to step forward and step back. Forward and back. Now, we don't normally incorporate this for a few more weeks, but I wanted to share something with you. It wouldn't be unusual for you to step forward and to step back in the home. So do what you feel is comfortable. Always think about your safety, your shoes, any rugs. We don't want to be a trip hazard, but often we'll step forward to something. And I thought about this in my kitchen yesterday, where I was at my sink washing, doing the dishes, and then I stepped back to lean down to get the stuff under the cupboard, and then I stepped forward again to carry on my dishes. I stepped back because I still couldn't find the cloth, so I had to look again, and then oh, there it is. So we do these things all the time. It's just that we've just got a little bit obsessed with rules and regulations and health and safety, and actually this is the stuff we do at home all the time.
And that's one of the questions in the health questionnaire, and so many people, when we ask you, can you step backwards? And you go, oh, I don't know, I haven't tried. You do it all the time.
Yeah.
But you don't think that you do, but
Yeah,
like you said, you do.
And it is, you open a drawer, don't you?
Yeah.
And then you step back when your drawer open. So it's those little things. It's really commonplace, but we're just helping you to notice those things that you do at home. And by noticing them, this is what happens. This is the magic. You go, oh, I can do that. And that makes you feel good inside. And then the next thing you do is, oh, I'm going to go there because you think you can't, and then it turns out you can. So much of this is around your confidence and how you grow, because your confidence builds because you know you can do these things, because you notice these things more in your home environment. Okay.
Can you make sure that you're looking forwards or at us, not down at the floor? That's great.
Lovely. Okay, so we're marching. We're still marching. I'm going to introduce you, I think we started it last week, to the wide base sway. This is a balance technique. I want you to stand nice and wide for me. And we're simply going to shift our weight from one side to the other. This is my favourite. And because I can feel it in my hips. And I mean that in terms of the power, that I'm working the muscles around the bottom, the hips and low back as I shift weight from one side to the other. Now, as a Pilates teacher, this we know as you move side to side also helps us to keep that pelvic floor nice and strong. So, and that is important too. So the wide base sway, you are shifting from one bum cheek to the other. Your feet don't have to leave the floor. And if you want to incorporate arms, you can. So remember what I said, wide base, that's your starting point. So there's a shift and a shift. You don't have to rush this, but again, this is probably something that you do at home and don't realise it when you reach into the cupboard. So I literally walked around my house yesterday analysing everything I did. So I was reaching, I got a terrible cupboard that doesn't work properly, and I need to replace the whole cupboard. So I found myself like that, trying to manage my cupboard. So I was on one leg, my other toe was on the floor, and I was reaching. That is balance. Okay, this is you grabbing, because you're now starting to think about hot chocolate into the autumn. Yeah, thinking about Ovaltine. So, and that is a balance, because you're reaching, because you haven't had it all summer. So you're digging out, you've got a tin of rice pudding at the back of your cupboard. Yeah. So you're grabbing those things. So this is wide base way. These are your balance things. This is stuff that you can apply at home, which is just so delightful. How are we feeling? Are we good? Great. I tell you, some really cool moves going on there. Okay, now here we go. So we are going to step into a diagonal movement. So from a wide base, the toe is going to reach forward and the heel, and then we're going to step back. So I really don't want to be prescriptive about this yet today, but it's about heel strike and then push back. Heel strike, the heel lands first, roll through the foot. You'll only notice that if you're going slow enough. So you don't have to do this with speed.
We can send you a video about it as well.
Oh, yeah. Pat's done a whole series of videos to reinforce all of these messages and patterns. So we're going out into the diagonal. And again, this is about building strength, okay? So there's a combination of balance and strength. You're still upright, so it's keeping you steady on your feet. Lovely. And the reason we're doing this, not everything in life is in straight lines. You know, you know, this is textbook stuff, but then there's the real world. So I'm just getting you ready. It's like learning to pass your driving test and then hitting out on those Cornish roads during the summer with all the tourists down. We have to navigate and drive properly, don't we? We have to think it through. Same here. We're teaching you the textbook way to stay steady on your feet, but in reality, life gets in the way. And we know so many of you, particularly those that are out in your gardens, you do things differently. Okay, come back. Now today, for the first time, I'm going to introduce you to a thing called fartlek manoeuvre. It sounds complicated and scary and a little bit painful, but I'm just going to introduce you to the formula. Okay, so we're all marching and you're listening with intent because you have no idea what we're about to do to you, with you. So what we're going to do is march the feet for a period of time, and then we're going to make it bigger, and then we're going to recover, and then we're going to do it again. All right? So we're just going to do this on a really low level, and I'll introduce you like this. Are you with me? Can I have a thumbs up so I know that I've still got you engaged? Good. Okay, so we're marching our feet in, sit, or stand. Okay, now we're going to make this bigger, okay? And we're going to do that for the grand duration of 15 seconds. And today, whilst your feet are doing this, your arms are doing this. Go, join me. So the feet, the same pace. Excuse me. Arms reaching, touching you, touching me.
Reaching out.
4, 3, 2, 1. Keep those feet moving. Ditch the arms. Okay. So what I want you to notice now is any changes. Does your heart feel like it's beating faster? Thumbs up.
No arms, Robin. Keep your arms off.
Okay. So you feel that increased heart rate. Notice, is your breath changed? Has your breath changed? Do you feel a little bit more puffy? Yeah, thumbs up if the case. Good. Now, this bit, this is called recovery. So what we did was accelerate. So we got you to take your hands over your head, which increases the rate of your heart, increases your breathing. Rest your arms, rest your arms, rest your arms.
No arms.
This bit is now called recovery. This is you taking some breaths, breathing out, breathing out. Now notice, Are you starting to feel like before we went crazy? Yeah? So you've had time to settle. Yeah? Good, good. Because we're going to do that again, okay? And this is the second time and last time we do this today. So for 15 seconds, we're going to go big arms. So the same pace with your legs. Go. Reach. I do feel like singing Sweet Caroline now. I feel like it's the new song in my head. I'll leave that song with you. That's called an earworm. You've got it for the rest of the day.
I'll be singing it.
Reaching out, touching me, touch, sweet.
That was the question on Only Connect if you watch it.
Reach,
Really
reach,
hard.
reach. That's it, beautiful. One arm, both arms. You do what you need to do. 3, 2. Keep going with the feet. Breathe, rest the arms. Notice this bit. This is called active recovery. Now this is the bit that we want to focus on. So this is you walking up Trelawney Road. If you come into a sit because you're tired, I want you to still wiggle jiggle your toes and focus on your breathing, okay? Good, good, good. Okay, well done. Believe it or not, you've done a fair bit of time here. So what I'd like you to do is to come around and back into a seated position. Lovely, okay. Well done. How are we feeling? If you stay on an angle, because I want to do some sit to stands.
Okay.
Okay, right, lovely. Okay, so we're sat down. I use this time to grab a sip of water, do what you need to do, because it isn't all exercise, it is about just a bit of reflection now. So well done. So far this morning, you've done a little warm up. So even if you did the warm up on its own in the future as daily homework, or if you're feeling a bit cold, there's a set of exercise that we started today that will warm the body, okay? So we know that if you are feeling cold, that it is about moving to keep warmer, right? Just a little bit. Then we've done some endurance work. So we've got you steady on your feet. And then we've incorporated a bit of balance work. And we've just about ready to do a bit of strength work with you. So let's go back to the fundamentals. And this is the fundamentals for living well. This is to be able to rise from a chair, a toilet or a bed. So we need to think about, we call them the big guns. So thighs, thank goodness, big bums are in fashion. So it's all about using your bottom and using your thighs to get up and stay steady on your feet. Okay, so let's have a look at this. We are going to moderate the exercises, nice wide base. Now, some of you are still in chairs and that's fine. What I'd like you to do is two things. I might need you back. Oh, can we change to the other camera, please, Owen? Okay, so coming out of a chair, I want you to notice how you rise from a chair. So for a minute, if you can, safely, stand. Just do it for me. We're not going to demonstrate. I just need you to have a little stand. Okay. Lovely, good. And sit again. Now this time round, I want you to notice how you stand. Are you swinging your arms? Are you holding and pushing off something? What does it look like? So this time, notice. How are you rising? Go. Rise out of your chair. Think about it. Okay, lovely. And then sit down again. It's lovely because we get real close-ups of your faces when you do this. Okay, so this is brilliant because we're just trying to, it sounds like we're trying to teach you to reinvent the wheel a bit here. But when we start to notice how we rise from a chair, actually we can make this more exercise focus so we can build more strength into your legs. Okay, so the first thing is that hip walk. So rising from the back of the chair is harder than rising from the front of your chair. So the first thing you do is wiggle jiggle to the front of your chair. Got that word? Wiggle jiggle. Then you tuck your heels. So your heels, so this is you noticing how you're going to do this. So your heels are tucked. Now here, push into your heels and squeeze your bottom as you drive upwards. So it's a bit of power there. Beautiful. Now look at Pat. She is pumping her heels. So this is the law. When you're with me and you're with Pat, you pump these heels because this is the law. And the reason being, when you rise to a stand and you've been sat, sometimes you can feel a bit dizzy. And we don't want you to feel a bit dizzy. We want you to feel great because it gives you confidence. So the next thing is, stay with me. I want you to wiggle jiggle backwards, shuffle backwards until you feel your legs on the back of that chair. And then stick your tush out, bend your knees and sit down. Ta-da! Done. That's it. It's that easy. So let's do this together as a team. So what you notice now is that you're back in the back of the chair. So I want you to wiggle jiggle forward again. Do this at your own pace. Think about where your feet are. Use your hands to reach forward, looking forward or upwards as you push upwards and pump those heels at the top of the move. Beautiful. David, you're looking good down in Penzance, my darling. You got it. Hey, there's a good boy. Then you start to move backwards. Lovely. Your legs hit the back of the chair and you sit and you repeat. Do it again.
What if they can't get up?
Right, so, oh, good question. So if you can't get all the way up, modify, okay? So, and try a little rise and a pause. So try and rise to up and sit again. That's it. So have a little play with this. So I'm going to hand this to you now. So I'm trying to make this slightly different to how we normally deliver this program. This is about, oh, what can I do? So what I'm trying to get you to do is to all rise to a stand, but this is and sit. So let's just practice the sit to stand. If you can't do the stand today, just think about just lifting the bum cheek a little bit and lowering a little bit. Shells, are you all right there, darling? Thumbs up. Not so good today. Okay, sweetheart. So we recognise there's a knee thing with many of you. So, you know, we know this is hard, but I promise you this does get better. Or it doesn't get any worse. That's what we really want. So the sit to stand is a vital part of this process. The more we nail this, the better we get at this. Are we all right? Nick, will you have a quick check through, make sure everyone's all right? Lovely. Good job. Got thumbs down. Who's that? Somebody's tired. I'm just going off screen to have a little look.
Yeah, if you
Ron.
need to rest,
Okay,
if any
you all right,
time,
sweetheart? Tired?
rest out.
Okay. Sit down when you're ready, my darlings. Give yourself a minute. Owen, switch screens for me. Am I pushing them?
You know that at any point you're allowed to sit down. For those of you that I've spoken to who are new, you can sit and stop at any time. Any time you need to rest, it's really important that you do what suits you.
What suits you? Okay, because the good news is, so I'm reverse walking onto screen because you do not need to see my bum. Right, okay. Tai Chi.
Ooh.
It's so exciting. So I'm going to give you, a little bit of a breather. Actually, I'll let you into a secret. If we called this whole class Tai Chi, you'd nail it straight away. It just gets fearful when we start talking about squats. But everyone loves a bit of Tai Chi. Right, okay. So, Tai Chi is a really nice piece of work. The science tells us it helps you stay steady on your feet. So we always encourage you to find like Tai Chi classes. This is adapted, so this means that it's suitable for this program. I'm staying standing, Pat's in sit. Okay, so let's just think about just relaxing, because I've just put you through quite a lot of stress this morning. This is week 1, we're just getting going, kids. So standing is your option. They're all standing. You can sit if you want to. We're just going to start by breathing in and taking your hands down and breathing out. Inhaling. Exhaling. Now you don't have to follow our rhythm. Follow your own breath, but breathe in and just enjoy how your hands feel. So not that the hand thing is not choreography. It's like rising up as if you're pushing your hands through syrup. So you've got a little bit of a force there as you're resisting through it. And let it mirror your breath rate. So if you ever if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed at home or just a bit stressed, you just need a break from it, this on its own is a really nice exercise to help you breathe. Because that's what happens, isn't it? When we're a bit stressed, we go, just catch your breath, followed by cup of tea.
Lovely, thanks.
Right, so we're breathing. Okay, that's beautiful. Okay, so we're going to do this now. We're going to breathe in again, and then we're going to send the hands to me and down. Lovely. Nice and slow. Lifting, breathing up. Bob, you look lush, by the way. Reaching forward and reaching downwards. Notice how this makes you feel. Notice any changes that may have occurred in the body. Now I'm going to look at Robin. That's looking, Jane, that's it. Beautiful. Nice. I can tell you've done Tai Chi. Lovely. Okay, and then release. Well done. Okay, now one arm at a time. So I want you to rest one hand on your abdomen and the other hand flow. So many of us will remember wipe on, wipe off. So this is simply allowing the hand to float, the shoulders relaxed. Take your time with the movement. Okay, when you're ready, we switch sides. Taking your time, just feeling that softness through the body. Notice the pace. Just notice the relaxation and that really lovely, you're moving. I always think of like golden syrup with the, like, can see it all bubbly and just moving through it. Or if you've ever had the joy of being snorkeling or underwater, and you move your hand underwater and you can't hear anything else except da-da. You can't move anything, and that lovely, you feel the pressure of the water as you move your hands. Lovely. Okay. And last time, we're just going to bring the hand across the body and back again. So just floating it across and relaxing. Just take all the tension out of the arms. So let the shoulder control the movement. Opening in and out. Just nice and slow. So I'm hoping that you're starting to feel lovely and relaxed and not so frightened. Because honestly, even though I am, my title is the scary one, I'm not that scary. Okay, we switch arms. Don't believe the faces Pat's pulling. And just taking our time with it, really lovely and relaxed. So Tai Chi, there is this lovely control flow of continuous movement patterns, but all of it is designed to help us with form. It's really slowing down the movement so we can really feel the movements and notice how our bodies are feeling. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do in terms of Tai Chi is we're going to take one foot forward into a diagonal and a back foot backwards into the diagonal. So it's what we call a staggered stance. And this is about familiarization. And those of you that are grandparents might be familiar with this type of movement, because this is how we would behave with a little baby in our arms, wouldn't we?
Or a little puppy.
Hmm?
Or a little puppy.
Or a little puppy. Yeah, even my puppy now, I got a new puppy. And so that's her couched in, and that's me on her bum. But this rocking is a nice thing. It's great for balance. And it's helping us, it's reminding us where our bodies are in space. So we feel rooted to the spot and we're swaying like a tree, but with big roots down. So in time, this becomes a lovely piece of work, a lovely movement that we'll be practicing. But this is just helping us to set the scene. Lovely. And I love that your arms, they just want to do stuff, right? Okay. Well done. When you're ready, let's switch feet. So we just have one that leads into the diagonal. So we got, and that's the direction we're moving. So it's like front knee, back heel, front knee, back heel. So as we start to round up this session, this week is about noticing. This week it is thinking how you are moving, other than the aches and pains and the groans and the noises, because now that I've asked you to notice, you'll notice the noises you make when you get off a chair. Mm-hmm. So I want you to notice actually what you're capable of, because you are greater than you think you are. I promise that, and we are only week 1. Lovely. Okay, so we're coming into a close now, and as we finish, the next bit is some stretches. So let's have a look at stretching the legs, because we've done some great work with the legs already today. We're going to stretch back. So it is holding onto the chair. Your weight is close to the chair if you're in stand. Taking a step back. We might need to switch cameras again, Owen. And I want us to think about pressing the heel down into the ground. The seated version is extending one leg and pulling the toe up towards the sky, taking your weight onto your bent knee. The idea is we're trying to stretch out through the back of the leg, and particularly the lower leg. When you're ready, we come out of that and we switch sides. Well done, my loves. And here's the thing. We've just started. You can't eat the elephant in one sitting. So it's really important to understand, if you feel at all overwhelmed by any of this, it does improve. On some level or other, you will make improvements. Okay, come back to centre. Other camera, stretch out your hands, just like wiggle jiggle your fingers for me for a moment. Lovely. Okay, we're going to send one hand forward and then bring it onto your shoulder. Lovely. The elbow is going upwards. Okay, so here's the thing. You can leave it here, or you can assist, or you can allow it to go up, or you can hold on. Another variation is across the shoulder, but we're trying to get your hand onto the same shoulder, okay? Okay. Now, this will be part of your assessment, so we will test you on this, not to see how good you are, just to see where you're at and to see if we can make an improvement from it. Okay, relax, rest. Let's try this on the other side. Lovely. Up towards the sky, onto your shoulder, and again, hold it there. Some of you might not be able to get that range, that's fine. You do, you boo, you have to do what's right for your own body. That's the beauty of this program. Oh, don't you look handsome? Beautiful. And release. Relax, roll your shoulders. Okay. I like a bear hug. So holding on to your opposite shoulders and give yourself a bit of a stretch in the back. So this enables us to get that lovely rounding out through the back. Just so you know, before we're done, just in case I forget to tell you, I really love you. I just thought you should know that. Okay, and then the last thing we do is take the hands to our back pockets or into the small of your back. What I need, if we can lift up through the chest and see if we can squeeze those shoulders together. So this allows you to have a little stretch. Too much, hands on your body, we can send our palms forward and squeeze our shoulder blades together. So reminding us of our great posture. Okay. Lovely. Now, the final bit, we do some breathing exercises. We introduced box breathing last week. So now what I'd like you to do is to sit. Make yourself nice and comfortable. We're done. We literally have just got some breathing work to do. Then we're done. How brilliant is that? Okay, so box breathing. So either side, there's a breath in and a breath out. And on the top and bottom, there's a pause. So it sounds like this. Okay, so start to think about it from you. Breathing in, and when you've taken in as much breath as possible, hold. And then let the breath out until there's no breath left, and hold. And see it almost like you're going on a journey around a box. So it's called box breathing. It's a really nice way to really connect with your happy hormones, your calming hormones. Because even exercise can be a little bit stressful, especially if you're a bit nervous about exercise and pain. This bit is designed to really help you with your breathing. And as always, you know, if you are in pain, people will always encourage you to breathe. So the breath thing is really important. So there has been a tendency to just ignore this bit, but this bit we know is really beneficial. And this is our introduction into mindfulness and being present and helping us to switch off. So this is all we do to get you going. Think about calming your breathing. Okay, and then I'd like you just to relax and close your eyes with me. Feeling safe in your chair. I want you to think about just counting. I want you to breathe and count each breath up to 5. Breath in, breath out. 1. Breath in, breath out. 2. And follow that breathing. Just keep going. You have 2 more breaths to go. Lovely. And now, finally, give yourself a moment to reflect. Reflect on what you've achieved in the last hour. That's a lot of work, right? You've done well. You've surprised yourself. A lot of the work that we've performed today has been stuff that's relevant to you in your home environment. You've made new friends. Okay, good. Well done. So that's us, week 1. Yay! Give yourselves a round of applause. You are little rock stars. Honestly, amazing. You're not all clapping your hands. Can you clap your hands, please? There you go. Well done. Well done. Excellent, team. You are awesome. I'm really, really proud of you. Pat?
Fabulous.
Any
Good work.
thoughts? Anything you need to add?
I do, yes. So, homework, we'll send you the video, the recording, and we'll send you another small video that you need to do. You need to be doing 60 minutes of exercise over the week. So 10 minutes a day, whatever you need to do. And we'll be introducing band work. So little TheraBands.
Have they gone out?
No.
No.
So if you haven't got a band, Helen's going to show you one, just one like that, then please email me, let me know, and we'll pop one in the post. You can get them in Tesco's or somewhere, but we can send you some. If you've got one, you won't need one.
Thank you, David.
Thanks,
Oh yeah, there you
Max,
go,
well
Max.
done. So
Yes, please.
yes, please, thank you.